Imagine two very strong people who do not like each other. They both want to be the most powerful person in the room. However, they know that a real fight would be very bad for everyone. So instead of fighting with their fists, they compete in other ways. They try to have more money, they try to have more friends, they try to show everyone that their way of living and thinking is the best way. This is what we call a Cold War. It is a serious competition between powerful nations. But it is cold, because there is no direct large-scale fighting or hot war between them. The term Cold War describes a state of deep conflict and rivalry. This conflict is not fought on a traditional battlefield with soldiers and guns. Instead, the battle is fought in different arenas. It is a war of ideas, where each side promotes its own system of government and values. It is also an economic war, with each country trying to build a stronger economy than the other. Technology becomes a key weapon, as each side races to create the newest and best inventions. The goal is to become more influential and powerful on the global stage, without starting a devastating direct military conflict. This kind of competition creates a world divided into two sides. To understand today's situation, we must look at the past. After World War II, the world saw its first Cold War. This was a long competition between two superpowers, the United States, the Soviet Union. These two countries had very different ideas about how to run a country. The United States believed in democracy, capitalism. This means people can choose their leaders, own private businesses. It is a system built on individual freedom, open markets. The American way of life was promoted as the ideal path to prosperity and liberty for all nations. On the other side was the Soviet Union. It believed in a system called communism. In this system, the government controls everything. It owns the businesses, the farms, the factories. The Communist Party makes all the important decisions for the country. The Soviet Union said its system was fairer because it was supposed to make sure everyone was equal. This original Cold War lasted for more than 40 years, from the late 1940s until the early 1990s. During this time, the USA and the Soviet Union never fought each other directly in a major war. They knew that a war with new, powerful nuclear weapons would destroy the world. Instead, they competed in other ways. They raced to build more powerful weapons. They raced to send the first person into space, to the moon. This was called the space race. They also supported opposite sides in smaller wars in countries like Korea, Vietnam. The Cold War finally ended when the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. For a while, it seemed like the United States was the only superpower left in the world, but that is now changing. Today, many people say we are in a new Cold War. This time the competition is between the United States and China. Just like the old Cold War, this is not a direct fighting war. It is a competition for power and influence across the globe. China has grown incredibly fast over the last few decades. Its economy is now huge, second only to the United States. It has also built a very strong military and is a leader in new technologies. This rapid rise has made China a major global player, challenging America's long-held position as the world's #1 superpower. One of the biggest areas of competition is technology. Both the USA and China want to lead the world in developing the most advanced technologies. This includes things like artificial intelligence, 5G internet networks, computer chips. The United States has expressed concerns that Chinese technology companies like Huawei could be used by the Chinese government for spying. As a result, the US has tried to block these companies from operating in America and has encouraged its allies to do the same. This technological rivalry is like a new kind of arms race where the weapons are data and innovation. The economy is another major battleground. The USA and China are the two largest economies in the world, and they trade a lot with each other. However, this relationship is full of tension. The United States has accused China of unfair trade practices, such as stealing ideas from American companies. This led to a trade war, where both countries placed large taxes called tariffs on goods they import from each other. Finally, there is military competition. China has been rapidly modernizing its military, building new aircraft carriers, jets, and missiles. It is also increasing its military presence in the South China Sea, an area where many countries have competing claims. The United States, in response, conducts military exercises in the region with its allies like Japan and Australia. This new competition between the United States and China is not just a problem for them. It affects every person in every country around the world. The global economy is deeply connected. Many of the products we use every day, from our smartphones to our clothes, are made with parts from both the USA and China. When these two giant economies are in conflict, it can disrupt supply chains. A trade war can make goods more expensive for consumers everywhere. Furthermore, the world faces huge challenges that require cooperation. Problems like climate change, global pandemics, economic crises are too big for any one country to solve alone. The relationship between Washington and Beijing is the most important story of the 21st century. How this competition unfolds will determine whether the world moves toward greater conflict or finds a new way to manage rivalry and cooperate for a better future.